Hey everybody, this is Anotonette Crosby, and we are at a time to chill. I'm with my buddy Scott right here, and we are doing another movie review. The movie that we're doing a review on is a love story. Oh, it's a black love story called The Photograph.
Yes.
And it's close to Valentine's Day, so all you couples, I would suggest for this movie that mothers and daughters go to this one. On Valentine's Day, mothers, take your daughters to go see The Photograph. I think that it was very informative. It was deep. Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield made a beautiful couple. And if you've seen the movie Get Out, Lakeith was the brother that malfunctioned at the party, and the Lil Rail is in this too. It is that they were both in the Get Out. So we wanted to talk about this movie, but not giving it away. But oh my God, it was so good. I think this movie was about communication or the lack thereof in relationships, whether it's mother-daughter, father-mother, daughter and the father, or just in general, the lack of communication.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes, very much so. What I took from the film, because it was a black love story, and by it being that and the lack of the communication, it was a generational curse of that.
Okay, generational curse with mother to daughter?
From mother to daughter.
I agree with that.
From mother to daughter, and it led all the way up to the grandchild, and by the lack of the communication, because she inherited that from her mom, and the communication from her grandmother that she didn't even know nothing about.
Right. So a lot of times, so would you agree that a lot of times when people say, I don't know why I do this, or I just do this because this is what we do, it doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't.
It's just a kind of bad habit that you picked up through generation. And that's what a generational curse would be. Something that you don't know what you're doing, you don't know why you're doing it, it's not really working, it's not making you happy, but you do it because you're so used to it having been done to you, or so that you do it as well.
As you do it, and that's the same way with a lot of people ideas now, or ideology in regards to their characters now, because they tend to sit here and disregard what is morally right just to conform to the norm.
Yes. Okay. We had some Louisiana in there.
Yes.
We had some
New
York in there. Beautiful shots. If you've seen Queen and Slim, it looked like the same road. They were on the same road.
Down in Louisiana.
Like they used the same road. Just to me it did. So it was kind of familiar since we just saw the movie. The makeup was nice. I didn't really like Issa Rae's hair. I guess because I'm so used to seeing her in her natural state. This new thing, like, I like Issa Rae natural. Like, she looked beautiful natural. This sewing business, a lace front, I didn't really like it. I don't know if you saw her in, I forget the name, but I liked her natural. Lakeith was smooth. Ooh, Lakeith was sexy. He was smooth and sexy and dreamy and looking. He was just looking. Oh, y'all gotta go see him. What did you think? Issa Rae looked good?
She did. I'm talking about she carried herself very well. And oh my goodness, especially at the museum, the night at the museum when he went back and they started to really dialogue and talk.
Okay, so what would you say she realized at the end? What did she realize from the beginning to the end? What was her realization?
Her realization was she had to stop conforming to what she was used to, because what her mother put upon her, because she felt that her mother didn't love her. But her mother was a mother, but only way that she found out that her mother truly loved her and found out why her mother acted the way she acted is because of the letter that her mother left after her death.
So do you think that after, like, if her mom had to talk to her
before then,
she wouldn't have even went through any of that? She would have been carried. So she kind of carried her mother's burden for no reason.
But for no reason. Not only did she carry her mother's burden,
and it affected her negatively.
Yes, she carried her mother's burden, but her mother also carried the burden of her mother. Because her mother said he had literally pushed her out in the world without telling her why she was basically.
And then how she did it.
And the way, she did it cold and callous.
Yeah,
she did it so cold and callous because of pride, because she didn't want to her child to face or seeing her succumb to with her death.
Yeah, right. So we said two things: pride and the lack of communication, will destroy relationships.
Yes, and it continues to destroy relationships, especially in our own community. Mm-hmm. You know, because for us to be so prideful to the point where we cannot verbally communicate with each other. Not all this text messages, all that old Facebook, all that social media shit. It really has to stop, because if you cannot sit here and dialogue with somebody that you're in a room with, and you got to text them, you're in the same room, where's the communication? There's no feeling there.
Yeah, it breaks the bond. It breaks the energy, the transfer that two would have, yes. and the connection and the emotion. You miss that using your third party.
Through a third party communication through technology. Yeah. Because that right there is cold. So if you being cold in that way, and you in the same room with somebody, and you have to say in text message or communicate through a phone or whatever the case may be, come on, your attitude will carry the same way when you get out there in the world.
That's a good point. Now, that's a little off topic, but you got a little off there. But that you ain't wrong. You're not wrong for that. I agree totally. And I do agree about the generational curses. That's why I started off by saying mothers and daughters, you should go to this movie together. I would suggest that we would be more open with each other about our feelings and not so closed off or be shamed that you might get rejected or whatever.
Or embarrassed.
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
Because that's going to come when it's going to come with the territory of your relationship anyway. So you might as well know that it might happen, but at least you gave a try. Because don't nothing be the failure but a try. And it would have failed had she tried.
Exactly. And that's why at the end she woke up to that and she said that. She said, hey, you know, I'm finna step outside of my box, my comfort zone, my box of what I'm used to, and hey, let's give this a try.
Yeah, but it was I'm gonna tell you something, there was some good twists in the movie. You probably could see some things happening, like, you know, you could see, but the memory of it, they went back and forth in this, and you could see how that old school Louisiana didn't change. And it still had the same feel, that old countryside. It was homey and inviting and relaxed and welcoming.
Yes.
Like you said.
It was a part in the film where her mother and her father went to a club earlier in the film in New Orleans.
Back in their day, in the 80s.
In the 80s, that she ended up going there unbeknownst to her.
Yep.
With the man that she fell in love with.
Yeah, and her mom and her mom's beau fell in love there at the same time. It was. I didn't really. I teared up. I didn't cry, but I teared up. It was full of emotion. It was full of understanding, and it was love. It was love. It showed black love. It showed black marriage.
Yes, very much. Man, the one that really hit home for me was when two parts. When she went home for her mother's funeral, and she found out that the guy that she was with ended up jumping out the window after 90 days, marrying
3 months. That's 3 months. Okay, that's a job probation period before you get benefits.
But he ended up marrying someone else out of hurt.
But still, I'm thinking, how we in love, and you've been asking me we supposed to be getting married to blue. I, bounce, and 3 months later you leave. You get married with somebody?
Okay, now,
like, really?
Yes.
That's what men do? That's how that happened? Because you moved around real quick. 3 months ain't no time. 3 months ain't even enough to know if I'm pregnant.
Okay, exactly. But when she realized...
Okay, but we ain't gonna say that. But what I'm saying, 3 months though? Like, you moved on that fast, my man?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, no. He now, we talked about this.
I'll wait.
We talked about it.
You brought it up.
I know. We talked about it.
Clear it up.
At the end, you realize why he did what he did, because he did it out of her. It wasn't.
So if I hurt you,
Yeah.
Okay, we together and we in love and I hurt you.
Yes.
You gonna go and marry somebody after 3 months?
No, I wouldn't. No,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
So
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't? What would you do?
No, man, take my lumps and go with it.
You wouldn't try to find me or
Yes,
get me back?
no,
Because you said you was gonna take your lumps and just forget about it.
I'm
gonna let you go.
Okay, no. As far as when she left and came back,
we talking about you.
Yeah,
see, women, you need to go and watch the movie.
Yes.
Cause see, this right here, I didn't. That was the only part Sissy bought it up.
Okay.
That was the only part that really behooved me about the male psyche. Okay.
Well, okay, why is that? Because he said
we can't tell the whole story. That's right. But since you bought it up, it behooves me, men, how quickly you can move on to be telling us you in love with us and want to be with us forever, and then something drastic happened, and then you moved on. Like, I'm upset. You can't answer it.
I can definitely. Okay, personally.
Okay, personally, because I asked you that in 5.
Okay, yes.
4.
Personally, I can answer that because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't sit here and jump out the window and be like, okay,
I'll ask again.
Okay, no, I wouldn't do it.
If I hurt you and
Yes.
we was in love and I hurt you,
Yes.
you would, and I left.
Yeah.
You would let me go, and then in 3 months' time, you would marry somebody else just because.
No, I would try to go after what I'm in love with.
Why?
Why? Because I'm in love.
Okay, but all men don't do that, and I know you're not all men. It's just you. But 3 months, and now we're gonna go to the movie since you brought it up.
Okay.
That was a spoiler, everybody.
Okay,
but 3 months.
Okay, now.
What would provoke that to happen after such a short period of time?
And that's why I said he.
In a man.
Hey, okay, that's why I said he.
Because a lot of women be wanting to know that because men have done this.
Yes, men have done it, and a lot of times.
So what's your excuse?
Oh, no, it wasn't no excuse because, as you see later on in the film, we got when he said he did what he did it out of hurt because at the beginning
he was hurt.
He was hurt.
Okay.
But wishing though he was hurt, he was still in love with her.
So you can still love me and be in love with me, but still do some stupid shit.
Because she left.
Because you was hurt.
Yes. Same way with women.
Well, you right, but I'm
Hey.
talking for the women. Okay, you can talk for the men.
Okay, same way
I'm
with
repping
women.
for the girls right now.
Okay, hey, I'm repping for I'm repping for the men. And same way with women, it's vice versa, and that's where the communication has failed.
Okay.
Because both of them, it takes two.
All right.
All right, it takes two.
So
she was so prideful in being hurt in regards to the communication with her mother. She never communicated with him in regards to why she really left.
Okay.
And by him feeling hurt, and what he say, I should have asked her.
So me.
His pride got in the way of him asking, and everything would have changed.
He had asked.
Yes.
And communicated.
And
been a little vulnerable.
Hey.
Right?
Yes. Same way with her.
So what you say, men and women, if we communicate, ask some questions,
yes.
and don't be afraid to be vulnerable with each other. Hey, it's the toss of the coin. It might be good, it might be not, but at least you tried. And don't nothing be the failure but a try. And let's live your life in regret and what ifs. And if it was a fifth hill, you'd be drunken on AA. So I'm going to tell you like this. Since he cleared that up for us, okay, thank you pretty much. We appreciate you. I was gonna say, what would you give this movie from 1 to 5 stars? How many stars would you give it?
I give it a 5.
You give it a 5?
I give it a 5 because it really, like I said, it really touched on all aspects, not just on the female aspect, but on the male as well.
Okay.
And I'm talking about on the male, on 2 different generations.
Okay.
You know, on the male aspect of really owning up and realizing a lot of stuff that they went through and things like that. The old man, he realized too late. But the young man,
his story gave the young man a chance to
sit here and do better.
And almost like rewrite his story.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I give it a 5 too because I like the way that the film lighted. I like the lighting on the black people. I like the way that they were in their natural state of blackness, and there was different shades. And I like that. And the makeup was good. It wasn't bad. The setting was nice. I think the objective of the movie had different scopes to it. It was deep. It wasn't just it wasn't just flat days. You could see this movie and learn something from this movie from your own life.
I also like a lot of the black art that was shown in the
beautiful
film.
art. If you like
a
art,
lot of black
beautiful
art.
art.
I'm talking about a lot of it was shown in the film, and I really appreciated that. And it was like, man, especially at our house.
Oh yes.
Especially at our house.
It made me want to get a radio, a stereo, a record player.
Yes,
I think that I am going to get a record player because I was in a bookstore one time at a radio station.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at the I don't know where they keep all the records. I forget the name of it. And I fell in love as soon as I walked in there with all the. It brought me back to Grandma's house and the music, the soundtrack.
Yes,
we didn't hear the full soundtrack before like we did Queen of Slim, but throughout the movie, the music was a nice groove.
On point.
It was a groove, baby. It was the younger people could get it and the older people can get this vibe. It was a vibe.
Really?
The movie was a vibe, and I loved it. I give it a 5.
Especially the album that he played from Al Green. Stephanie Mills.
It took you back, baby. It took you back to Grandma's house and they car parties in the basement and all of that. Sunday dinners. I loved it. So I give it a 5. I would suggest that you all go and see the Photograph. Take your daughters, take your sons, take your mothers, take your lovers. Take your black butts down there and go see the Photograph because it was amazing. This is Anotonette Crosby with my man Scott here. And we want to say thank you for tuning in. And we out.
Oh, yeah.